Beyond the gates, spoilers tease that Naomi is slowly being pulled into a dangerous power struggle that she never expected to touch her life, and the moment it begins feels almost ordinary at first. Derek celebrates his new role representing the free hospital, the kind of moment that should feel simple and proud, something good, something hopeful. He invites Ashley and Naomi to celebrate with him. They meet for dinner, laughter comes easily, glasses clink, and for a while it looks like all the tension from the past has faded into the background. Ashley and Derek sit across from each other with a strange calm between them. Not the awkward kind, not the angry kind either, just quiet acceptance. They had their history, everyone knows that. Some people expected sparks or bitterness, but none of that happens. Instead, they talk like people who once loved each other and finally figured out how to stop fighting the past. Ashley even jokes about Derek being too serious now that he represents the hospital. Derek smiles, a little crooked smile, the kind that suggests he still feels the weight of responsibility. Naomi watches them carefully. She had always worried there would be tension, maybe jealousy, maybe regret, but what she sees instead surprises her. Derek and Ashley have actually cleared the air. They tease each other, they talk about work, they laugh about old mistakes. It almost looks like they could really become friends now. Strange how life turns sometimes. One moment people are tangled in messy emotions, the next moment they sit calmly over dinner acting like old classmates catching up. But Derek keeps glancing at Ashley in a thoughtful way, not romantic. Naomi notices that clearly. It is something else, concern maybe, a quiet suspicion. Eventually the conversation drifts toward Ashley's relationship with Grayson. That is where Derek becomes more serious. Ashley talks about Grayson with confidence. She says he has been supportive, mysterious, maybe, but interesting. Naomi nods along. At first, Derek stays quiet, too quiet. Then he finally speaks, slowly, like someone choosing each word carefully. He says he does not trust Grayson. The table goes quiet for a second. Ashley laughs lightly at first, thinking Derek might be joking, but Derek does not laugh back. His expression stays firm. Naomi tilts her head slightly, curious. Derek explains that something about Grayson feels wrong to him. It is not jealousy. Derek even says that clearly. He insists he is not trying to interfere with Ashley's relationship. But every time he meets Grayson, he senses something hidden. Ashley shrugs it off at first. She says Grayson is just private. Not everyone likes sharing every detail of their life. Derek nods slowly, accepting the explanation outwardly. Still, his eyes show doubt. Naomi notices that too. Later that night, Naomi and Derek talk privately. The mood changes. Derek drops the polite tone he used earlier and becomes more direct. He tells Naomi that his instincts rarely fail him when it comes to people. Something about Grayson feels calculated, controlled, like someone who carefully edits what others see. Naomi listens quietly. At first, she assumes Derek might still carry some emotional attachment to Ashley. It would be natural. After all, they had history together. Maybe Derek simply struggles to watch Ashley move forward with someone new. She even says that gently. Derek shakes his head immediately. He insists that is not the reason. If Ashley had chosen someone else, he might feel nothing at all. But Grayson is different. There is a pattern Derek cannot ignore. The way Grayson dodges questions about his work, the vague explanations about where he spends his time, even the way he sometimes studies people before answering them, like he is measuring every reaction. Naomi begins to reconsider. She thinks back to the few conversations she had with Grayson. It is true, he rarely talks about himself. When people ask about his job, he gives simple answers, almost too simple. When conversations turn personal, he smoothly redirects the topic somewhere else. At the time, Naomi assumed he was just private, but Derek's words start echoing in her mind. Maybe there really is something strange there. Naomi cares about Ashley deeply. Their friendship goes back years. If Grayson hides something dangerous, then Ashley deserves to know. That thought alone is enough to make Naomi uneasy. Days pass, and Naomi starts paying more attention. Small details appear first. Moments that once seemed harmless now look suspicious. Grayson frequently checks his phone during conversations. Sometimes he steps away to answer calls privately. Once Naomi even notices him leaving a building quickly after a meeting with someone she does not recognize. The more Naomi observes, the more uncomfortable she becomes. She tells herself not to jump to conclusions. Derek might be wrong, but the uneasy feeling keeps growing. Eventually, Naomi decides to dig deeper. It starts subtly. She asks Ashley casual questions about Grayson, where he works, who his colleagues are. Ashley answers what she knows, but even she admits some parts of Grayson's life remain unclear. He travels sometimes for work, but rarely explains the details. He keeps certain meetings private. Ashley laughs it off, saying he values independence. Naomi smiles along, but inside she grows more suspicious. One evening, Naomi finds herself near a part of town she rarely visits. The place looks quiet, almost forgotten. That is when she spots something unexpected. Grayson, he is standing near the entrance of a building speaking with someone. Naomi watches from a distance at first. The other man turns slightly and Naomi recognizes him. Jakob? Her heart skips for a moment. Jacob and Grayson are talking intensely. Their body language does not look friendly. It looks tense, controlled, like two people negotiating something important but risky. Naomi cannot hear their words, but she sees the gestures. Papers exchange hands. A briefcase appears. Then both men look around cautiously. Naomi's stomach tightens. Something about this meeting feels wrong. She remembers Derek's warning immediately. Grayson had claimed he barely knew Jacob. That is what Ashley told Naomi weeks ago. But the scene in front of her tells a completely different story. These two men clearly know each other well enough to conduct secret meetings. Naomi stays hidden, watching. Jacob says something sharply. Grayson responds with calm but firm gestures. It looks like an argument about terms. Maybe money, maybe something more complicated. Naomi cannot be sure. Then the exchange happens. Jacob hands something to Grayson. A small package, perhaps. Grayson slips it quickly into his bag. Their conversation ends abruptly and they leave in opposite directions. Naomi stands frozen for several seconds. Her mind races with questions. Why did Grayson lie about knowing Jacob? What kind of transaction just happened? And the most disturbing question of all, what exactly is Grayson involved in? Later that night, Naomi cannot stop thinking about it. She tries to convince herself there might be a reasonable explanation. Maybe it was business. Maybe Grayson simply did not want Ashley involved in complicated negotiations. But deep down, Naomi senses the truth is darker than that. Eventually, she decides Derek needs to know. When Naomi meets Derek again, she hesitates for a moment before speaking. But then the words rush out. She describes everything she saw, the secret meeting, the exchange, the tension between Jacob and Grayson. Derek listens without interrupting. His expression grows more serious with every detail. When Naomi finishes speaking, Derek exhales slowly. He says this confirms exactly what he feared. Grayson is hiding something significant, something that could become dangerous for everyone around him. Naomi asks Derek what he thinks the meeting means. Derek admits he does not know the full picture yet, but he believes Jacob and Grayson are involved in some kind of deal that must remain secret. The way Naomi described the exchange suggests it might not be legal. Naomi feels a chill run through her. If Derek is right, then Ashley could be in serious danger without even realizing it. Naomi feels torn between protecting her friend and uncovering the truth. She wonders whether she should confront Grayson directly. But Derek advises caution. If Grayson and Jacob are hiding something big, then confronting them too soon could alert them. It might push them to cover their tracks more carefully. So Naomi and Derek agree to keep investigating quietly. But the situation becomes even more complicated when Naomi starts questioning another issue. Jacob, why would Jacob lie about knowing Grayson? And why would Grayson lie about Jacob? The double deception suggests something deeper than a simple business arrangement. Two men hiding the same connection often means they share a secret neither wants exposed. Naomi begins watching Jacob as well. She notices he becomes nervous when certain topics arise. He avoids discussing his schedule. Sometimes he disappears for hours without explanation. Each new detail strengthens Naomi's suspicion that the secret meeting was only one piece of a larger operation. Meanwhile, Ashley remains unaware of everything. She continues talking about Grayson with excitement, planning future outings, sharing small stories about their relationship. Naomi listens with a heavy heart. She hates the idea that her friend might be falling deeper into a relationship built on lies. One evening, Ashley even mentions that Grayson has been acting stressed lately, distracted. Naomi immediately connects that with the secret meeting. Perhaps whatever deal he made with Jacob is starting to create pressure. Naomi struggles with what to say. If she tells Ashley now, it could break her heart, but if she stays silent, Ashley might get hurt even worse later. Eventually, Naomi decides the truth must come out, but first she wants more proof, something undeniable. She continues working with Derek quietly. They review everything they know about Grayson and Jacob, their business connections, their recent movements. Patterns slowly start appearing, certain locations, certain people. The possibility of an underground deal begins to take shape. Then Derek mentions something else that raises the stakes dramatically. Plasma Circle. The organization has powerful influence and resources. If Grayson and Jacob are connected to it, then Naomi's discovery could threaten much more than a relationship. It could expose an entire network operating behind the scenes. Naomi realizes the danger immediately. If Plasma Circle is involved, then the secret meeting she witnessed might only be the surface of a much bigger plan. And now Derek and Naomi both know too much. Still, Naomi refuses to back away. Ashley deserves the truth. And if powerful forces are manipulating events behind the scenes, then someone has to expose it. But Naomi cannot ignore one terrifying thought. If Grayson and Jacob discover that she saw their meeting, everything could change instantly. Their secrets would no longer be safe. And desperate people often make desperate decisions. For now, Naomi keeps her discovery between herself and Derek. Yet the tension grows every day. Grayson continues appearing in Ashley's life with that same calm, mysterious smile. Jacob moves through the city like nothing happened. But Naomi sees the hidden connections now. She notices the careful timing of phone calls, the subtle signals when certain names are mentioned. The truth is getting closer, and Naomi understands that once it fully emerges, there will be no turning back. The power struggle surrounding Plasma Circle could explode. Secrets will collapse. Alliances will shift. And it all started with a quiet dinner celebration that was supposed to be simple. Now Naomi stands right in the middle of it, watching, waiting, hoping she is ready for whatever comes next. Because Derek's warning was right. And the deeper they dig, the more dangerous the truth becomes.